Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we have dipped down into the 40s now at this hour. We're at 49 degrees and we have a dew point value coming in at 42. Still very dry air in place across the region. We may even see our dew points drop further into the 30s as we progress through the mid-morning and into the early afternoon, making it feel extremely dry across the area, especially if you're in a heated location. Winds north-northeast coming in at about 5 and a starry sky out there right now. Temperatures kind of all over the place. We've got 55 at Longboat Key, but 44, 10 degrees cooler in Wauchula, Arcadia, Myakka, Punta Gorda, Northport coming in at 47, 46 in Bradenton, 46 in Parrish, 48 in Lakewood Ranch, 49 degrees in Sarasota itself. Venice comes in at 51 and Inglewood at 51. So the temperature change over the last 24 hours looks like this. It's actually 3 degrees warmer in Sarasota, 2 degrees warmer in Bradenton and Parrish, but you move inland, and that's really not the case. It's a degree cooler in Arcadia, 2 degrees cooler in Punta Gorda. It really depended on where the wind was today and overnight last night, I should say. And you can see how our area here of the Sun Coast kind of has a protrusion out into Gulf waters in the northern parts of the Sun Coast, and that's why it tends to be a little bit warmer there at this hour. But we still have a couple hours of cooling left, and we're still going to get a little bit chillier before we get warmer. We'll go with a 3 p.m. temperature today of about 70 degrees, though, and that's going to be a little bit warmer than yesterday when we were only in the mid-60s, so that'll be nice to see. The warming trend actually starts today, even though we do have one more really kind of cool night similar to this morning in the forecast for us. So as we head into the evening, we'll drop down into the 70s. By 7 p.m., we'll be at 65. By midnight, 50, and then when you wake up tomorrow morning again, we'll be looking at temperatures that are in the 40s. Big ridge of high pressure sits over the northern Gulf Coast. That's going to expand eastward today. And as it does that, a couple of things happen. One, it kind of shuts off that drainage of cold air from the north. And the other thing is it shifts our winds around to the east, which draws in some milder, warmer air for us as we head into the weekend. So that's going to be a big change in our weather as we head into the next 24. But then developing cold fronts back to the west will eventually work their way closer to us by next work week. And again, we'll see our temperatures dip down into the lower 70s after having been in the upper 70s over the weekend. And that'll occur probably by Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. So kind of a roller coaster ride here as we head into the last few days of winter and the beginning of spring. Coming up in about 5 days, start of daytime warm up today. We'll still be cool at night, and then we're dry into next week, but then at the beginning of next work week, we'll start to factor in chances of rainfall. Futurecast shows us dry today, shows us dry tomorrow and sunny, and then a developing storm system over the weekend back to the north of us will develop into a cold front that'll eventually work its way closer to us as we get into Tuesday of next week. So the forecast is kind of shaping up like this. We'll look for a beach and boating forecast that calls for a north wind at about 10. Incidentally, the irritants from red tide are increasing due to that westerly component to the wind and the currents themselves across our coastlines. So be aware of that. If you go to the beach, there may be some irritation in the air due to that red tide expanding toward the coast. Winds will generally be north, as I said, to northwest, 2-foot seas, light chop on bay and inland waters. And your forecast looks like this. We'll have a daytime high today of about 70, tomorrow about 74. And then as we head into the weekend, we're nice coming in the upper 70s. And on Shamrock Day, it looks pretty nice for us. St. Patty's Day is going to be absolutely a spectacular afternoon and evening. Monday, we work in that chance of a rain shower. It's a better rain chance on Tuesday. And then as we head into Wednesday, we cool down significantly down to about 70 degrees from a high near 80 on Sunday.